Hello, hello. Hello, Grand Rising, Christy. Hello, hello. Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to give everybody a second as well to get in, get their teas going. I do like to put music in my ear. It kind of helps me stay balanced and focused. Night of, let's see. I'll do this one. Okay. How is everybody? Hello. Okay, so I am in a different location today. I am on my couch because today I decided I wanted to sit on heat. So yeah, I kind of rearranged, and one of these days I will hope to have a more beautiful, or I guess just more in-depth seating spot. Who knows? Maybe I'll redo my shed this year. Tear it down. Who knows? But welcome. This is Tea Time with Lady M. I am Lady M, and before we begin, we'll do our grounding method. And this week, and again, I'm working on grounding methods that I can tie into your everyday being or your healing or something that you can incorporate. So last week we worked on, because we touched on the ego, we worked on a grounding method that was feeling our body, feeling our hair, our shoulders, our eyes, our everything, our muscles, our stomach, our heart, just feeling those things, feeling our body. What is our body telling us? And I have learned in this process, the grounding methods that we do, they do benefit in different ways. And I've been going through, after I've been doing them, I've been practicing them. How does it help me? What is this helping me focus on? So I am going to get these typed up. I am going to get them put in, if you were in Facebook, I'm going to put them in the group Spiritual Brew so that they're there and ready to be utilized. So the grounding method for today is going to be imagine yourself. So I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And if you are a physical person, you can, or instead of a visual, you can do it physically too, but we're going to do it visually starting off, which I will have some physical exercises. But grounding method, visual of leaving the pain, imagining yourself leaving the pain feelings behind. So some people gather those emotions, they ball them up and they put them in a box somewhere, or you can envision yourself that you are climbing out of this, you are swimming away, you are running, you are doing the things that you need to do. So go ahead and close your eyes, and I am going to envision us walking through a nature trail. We're going to let what is in front of us, that is our future, that is our love, that is our gain, that is our happiness. What is behind that is that our misery, our lashing out, our irresponsibility, our projecting on others, our ego. That is what is going to be behind us. So when we're walking, we are on this nature path. Make sure that you breathe as well, in and out, like you're inflating a balloon, but you're on this nature path and we're walking along. And as we walk, you hear the sounds of the birds. They're keeping you moving forward. Slow your step. Now you hear the lap of the water hitting at the shore that's next to the walkway. Keep going. We're letting all of that negative behind. We're letting all those negative emotions, that anger, that sadness, we're letting it all go, and it's going behind us. Once you feel that you have walked enough, open your eyes and feel the light. Feel how light you become, because the further you keep moving, the lighter you become, the more you are going to let go. So hopefully these grounding exercise, that's the grounding exercise. Do that on a daily basis. Get that. You have the next 7 days to try this one. What do you visualize? What did you visualize? Again, I visualized the walkway, walking on a nature trail because one, it's spring and I love spring, and I'm hoping next week that the weather will be a little bit warmer and I can do tea time outside and do a grounding method like that. Because next week, stay tuned and I'll tell you what next week's, that'll be a first. I know what next week's topic is going to be in advance. Okay, so if you haven't read, this is Tea Time with Lady M. So welcome for those of you who are joining. I am Lady M. I am also Roberta, whichever you are comfortable calling me. I will respond to both. Lady M is my spiritual name. Roberta is my given name. I love both. Again, they're both who I am. So this week's topic, we are going to talk about innocence. What is innocence? What, when you think of innocence, like I guarantee you think the innocence of a child, because some of us who are going through this journey, our innocence was stolen from us at a young age. And we've had to defend and we've had to protect ourselves to continue moving forward. And we now find ourselves in a struggle that if we don't break these cycles, that the universe is going to keep showing up and keep stopping us from moving forward until we do. And we don't want those cycles to get you so stuck that you don't feel like you can escape, because you can. You absolutely can. And I am one person who can say that I'm there. So, innocence in spirituality, a lot of us have to find it again. We have to find our gifts. Shall we see which cat it is? Hi! He is a minor. Yes. Oh, wrong hand. Yep. Now you go to the right side so I can pet you. Hi, fat boy. So, anyways, so we get innocence as a child. And even as we don't even have to have trauma to lose our innocence. We could have parents that stop us from using our gifts. We go to that day in, day out. He is definitely innocent. He is no, he is not innocent. I will tell you that much. Not innocent in the slightest. So he yelled at us to bring him home, and we brought him home. Why? Because he said he needed us. He chose us. So you tell me if he's yelling at you if he's innocent. Okay. So anyway, back to innocence. Innocence of a child. We get to see them, especially if we're a parent or an aunt or an uncle, we get to see kids grow. We get to see them live. We get to see them be kids. We get to see them experience the love, the joy, the happiness. And then there's some of us that, who are working really, really hard to break those cycles. And some of us are some that who are in those cycles, who are living these cycles where their innocence is being stolen from them. And they're getting trauma. They're getting, trauma is trauma. There's so much different kinds of trauma. It's hard to say. You could be a person who is sexually assaulted. You could be a person who is in a relationship that's domestically violent. You could have step parents who are narcissistic and they tell you you're evil. You won't amount to anything. There's mental abuse. There's physical abuse. There is abuse, and it's out there. So we get robbed those things of innocence, and we have to retrain our brain to get back to innocence, to find that spirituality, to find that balance of love, and realize that, our shadows are not just darkness. It's actually things that we've pushed aside, and they actually have beauty in them. So it's a state of mind. Let's see. Can you clearly think? Do you have that sense of purity, or do you pass judgment? Innocence is when you can see both sides and you pass no judgment. You can say, okay, well, this can go this way and it can go that way. But what choice do you make? Do you need to make a choice? No, not necessarily. Sometimes you just kind of got to keep trucking, and the path just lets you do what you need to. But sometimes, even on that, if you take, there is no wrong path. The universe will get you back to where you need to be. So, hello to whoever's watching. I see I have 3 viewers. Is it, let me see. Christy, I don't know where my phone went. I had my phone. Oh, there's my phone. Let's see. I am not seeing anything. Make sure. Okay, well, I have 3 viewers. So, when we need to be innocent, we need to have, it needs to be in our heart, not just our mind. So when we're thinking of things, we need to make sure that we're not allowing the innocence. Well, I know you're here. Thank you, Christy. You need to have your heart, open your heart, and your mind. You need to allow them to become one, not 2 separate individuals, and not allow yourself to dwell on the what ifs or the past, because innocence comes with part of letting go. And when we have to get to certain aspects to maintain that innocence, to get back to that spiritual purity where we can understand both sides and pass no judgment. Didn't know if you could see my name. I can. I should probably just look to my side, but let's make it difficult. Ooh, good morning, Maria. Welcome. So when we get to, I want to talk, I found this poem, and it's a super, super, super long poem. So I'm only going to read a vast portion of it, and I will go in and I will type it up, because then you'll see how long it is. Good morning, Jamie. You'll see that there is a what innocence can be and how it can have the darkness and it can have the light. There's 2 sides to both story, and then you can put them together and you find the balance. So this is called Auguries of Innocence by William Blake. So again, I'm not going to read the full thing. I wrote down a page and a half of this poem, and it still continued on. So I'm going to read what I wrote, and then we can go from there. So, Auguries of Innocence by William Blake. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity for an hour. A robin red-breast cage puts all heaven in rage. A dove, house filled with doves and pigeons, shudders hell thou its region. A dog starve at his master's gate, predicts the ruin of the state. A horse misused upon the road, calls to the heaven for human blood. Each outcry of the haunted hare, a fiber from the brain does tear. A skylark wounded in the wing, a cherubim does cease to sing. The gamecock clipped, armed for fight, does the rising sun affright. Every wolf's and lion's howl raises from a human soul. The wild deer wandering here and there keeps the human soul from care. The lamb misused breeds public strife, and yet forgives the butcher's knife. The bat that flits at close of eve has left the brain that won't believe. The owl that call upon the night speaks the unbeliever's fright. He who shall hurt the little wren shall never be loved by men. He who the ox to wrath has moved shall never be by woman loved. The wanton boy that kills the fly shall feel the spider's enmity. Yep, can't talk. Still can't talk. Proves it again. Welcome to Tea Time with Lady M. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Okay, anyways. He who torments the shaver's sprite weaves a bower in endless night. The caterpillar on the leaf repeats on thee thy mother's grief. Kill not the moth nor butterfly, for the last judgment draweth nigh. He shall train the horse to our war, shall never pass the polar bear. The beggar's dog and window's cat, feed them, and thou wilt grow fat. So this is just a part of a very, very long poem. And I thought it was very beautiful because it does show the beauty of innocence and how innocence can be taken away from us at any given time. And how we have to almost rebirth innocence in our own lives to get there. I mean, the part where it says, let me see, the bat that flits at close of eve. So it's coming out at night. These spirits are coming out. They're trying to talk. They have the innocence. Has left the brain that won't believe. Guess what? Most of us as children, we've had these gifts, but we were told that we were wrong, that we were evil, that we were all these different things. And we had to learn to push these gifts away. And that's why we essentially, like, when you're doing like the grounding method and you're talking about, like, if you put it in a box, you ball it up and you put it in a box. What are you doing? You're just pushing it aside. So we have to learn to deal with these things. And how do we learn to get our innocence back? We learn to let go. The big thing that we learn to let go is we learn to let go of the ego. So while I'm still talking, I am going to give you guys moments and I'm going to have you guys type because I have some lovely blank paper. And I'm going to do an exercise with you. I want you to type what you want to let go of this week. It could be one thing. It could be two things. It could be three things. I don't care. Write it down. And we're going to work on letting it go. This is an exercise. We'll do it at the end. I am going to write as I read, or write as I see the comments. And we're going to learn to let these go. Innocence is peace. I like that one. Okay, so Christy, since you have decided to open this one up, I'm just going to show everybody what this is going to entail. So innocence, this is a piece of paper, right? Do I need this piece of paper to tell me that my innocence is peace? Do I need this piece of paper? No? I might have a little fear. My heart might be going a little bit too fast. Does it hurt anything? To throw it away. I just let go. That innocence is peace. I threw it into the unknown. Did it hurt me? What else can we let go of this week? What else? So as we're getting these in, I have my thing. I'm going to talk about letting go. Again, and you can do this exercise at home too. Write it down. If it comes to mind and you need to let it go, write it down. You don't necessarily need to do a cord cutting. But if you need to write it down and you need to throw it away, maybe you need to put some dirt on it, make it dirty. There's no wrong way of letting things go. There is no true, proper way of letting things go. And that's the art of it. That's the beauty of it, is your way of letting go is not going to be the same as somebody else's. It's just that. It's letting go. So what is something else that we can let go of today that we are here and going for? So what can we do to let go? What can we do to let go? So go ahead, Maria, what can you let go of this week? Jamie, what can you let go of? anything else that you can let go of? Okay. So when we are letting go of things, we are acknowledging that we are acknowledging that spirit or our God, whoever we worship, because there is no wrong God, there is no wrong spirit, because it could be our ancestors, it could be our spirit guides, it could be deities, gods, goddesses. No wrong way to worship. Whoever you go to when you are praying or you ask for help is what you're going to. You're opening that line of communication, saying, hey, what do I need to let go of today? So something that, I needed to let go of was control. And when I say I needed to let go of control, and yes, I did let that one go, because control is a big one. The fear of what if. Ooh, good one, Jamie. Good one. The fear. And I'm just going to set them aside. And we are going to let them go all together at the end. Fear of what if. I love that one. Okay, so when we are learning to let go, we are learning to let go of things that have attached to us and things that we have attached to. So energies can attach to us, and we can attach to energies. So it could be negative, it can be positive, it can be draining, it can be uplifting. Sometimes it just, ego is always a tough one for me. It is a tough one, ego. And how do we let go of our ego when we are in a human body and we feed off the ego? Let go of, I'll write that one down. That one's a lot to write down, but I will write that one down. So this is all talking about the should haves, the what ifs, the past. Like if you're letting go of things that happened in the past, your trauma, and you are working on healing, you are learning to let go. Is it an easy process? No, because you're going to have your twists, you're going to have your bumps, you're going to have your ups and your downs. And, sometimes you feel like you're back at, bottom, but in reality, it's just a slight twist saying, no, I don't think you're quite ready to move forward. Let's put a little bit of a twist so you can figure out how to work on what you need to work on. So it's releasing those things. So you can do cord cuttings. You can ego. You're going to let go of that ego today. Because you know what? We are full of nothing but love, happiness, purity, innocence. We're letting go of that ego today. Because we're learning to, when we let go of the ego, when we let go of the fears of the what us, the fears of the what, not me, not this sister. The fears of the what ifs, we are allowing that innocence. We're allowing ourselves to take control of our own being, and we're allowing to heal. We're allowing to move forward, break those cycles. We're observing what's in our mind. So we are learning to again, it's about taking it to those emotions, developing that ego, and understanding the ego that you are developing. So if you watched last week's episode, you understand that the ego can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. It's what protects us as a human. What protects us naturally. These are the things that it's telling you when you let go, you are trusting the unknown. You are trusting the universe. You are trusting the spirits, the deities, the gods, the goddesses, the God that you work with, energy source, that they have your back in the long run. So when you go back, and you think about when we were manifesting and you are like, okay, what am I doing? Some of us have been working really, really hard to manifest certain things. guess what? Those certain things are manifesting for us. They are coming quickly, and we are still working hard to keep striving, and we are continuing to let go. We are continuing to weed our garden. That is my favorite. If you ever hear me say it, I will weed my garden out of toxic people. I will continuously weed my garden out so I can continuously grow. I understand that people come in my life temporarily and permanent. I have to understand who's temporary and who's permanent, because if those temporary permanent, if I hold on to those temporary people, they are going to bring me down. They are going to give me the what ifs. It's the past. It's, what we had a short connection. Cool, amazing. Our paths connected. We were there for that short time. Now we just keep moving forward. Weeding untruths told by others need to be defend. Yes, untruths told by others, things that we need to get other. And guess what, Maria? When those, right, Maria, or is that Jamie? Maria. So Maria, when we get those untold truths told by others, those people are the ones that are projecting out. Those ones are the ones that are unsecure, because we are rising above them. We are learning to fix ourselves. We are learning that we don't need that negativity. We don't need that those toxic vibes. So, which one is that? That was awkward. Jamie, it's not awkward. I can see how it can be, but no. If you really want to know, Christy and I, we are sisters. We are soul sisters. We have been soul sisters for many, 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 many eternities. And with that being said, we are sisters unbiologically in this soul being in this realm. So, but we have been sisters in previous, but her actual biological sister, and I'm going to use this as an example, because it's a good one, is, so I'm going to write this down as I'm talking about it, and feel free to add in anything. So letting go of her sister, and it's not in a bad way, go of my sister. And I'm going to put this as a motherly figure, because a motherly okay, so letting go of my sister, don't mind my little squiggle, letting go of my sister as a motherly figure. And we say this because as a child, Christy's innocence was taken from her, and she had to, instead of be a child, she had to, like myself, had to become an adult at a very young age and become the mother figure to protect her sister from all these wrongdoings. Well, now that her sister is an adult and a mother herself, her sister is falling into those same exact traps that their own biological mother is doing, right? And with that being said, it's hard to let go, because all you want to do is protect. And with that being said, it's how do we let go? How do we let go and make sure that they're safe and still live their life? But when it comes down to it, we have to realize that, sometimes that we can do everything that we can to keep them safe. But if they're going to continue to make the same mistakes, they're going to stay in that cycle. And if you're growing and you are breaking those cycles and you're healing and they are not, it's going to come back to you. So how do you learn to let that person go? Well, guess what? That word I wrote down, control. We learn to let go of the control. We learn to let go and say, you know what? This is not what I control anymore. I do not control her life as an adult. She is not my sister. She is not my daughter. She is my sister, and I need to treat her as such. It is a hard process. It is learning to break those habits and rewire our brains so that our ego does not get in the way. Oh, awkward if she was talking about you. I did no, and not awkward if she wasn't talking about me. I knew, just because I know, but I did use her as a way to get that story out, because there are stories out there that are like that. And, I wish she would share her voice more, because, she's just easy to use because I know the situation and I can do it. And she brought it up, letting go of my sister. So you know what? We let go. We have to figure out, okay, we have to work out the emotions, the frustrations, the sadness, the everything that comes with letting go. Because guess what? Sometimes crinkling up a piece of paper is not as easy as letting go as it sounds, because we do get emotions that go with letting go. We get, let's see, where's my list of emotions? We get frustration, we get sadness, we get anger, we get tunnel vision, we get relief, we get vision, clarity. It's a hard process, but we have to, it comes back down to it. Is this a me problem or is this a you problem? And when Christy breaks it down, her letting go of her sister is no longer a her problem, a me problem. It's a you problem, because her sister keeps putting, as an adult, she is doing this, and she is putting her babies through this. She is putting herself through this. And it's, she has to be the one to want help and want to change. And you can't force change onto other people. And that's the sad truth. And we can still love them. We can still do all of these things. But what we do is we just take a step back and we just let go. We don't forget, but we just let go. We just let go. We, in a way, disassociate. Hate to say it that way, but yes, resentment is a good one. Let's do untruths. Untruths. My handwriting is atrocious today. Untruths told by others. So untruths told by others. So we don't like that projecting onto others. I'm going to add that. So we don't like the untruths told by others. We don't like projecting onto others. That's part of our ego. We're going to work on letting it go this week. And you know what? Those untold truths, guess what? We're not going to, when we're letting it go, when we're saying we're letting it go, we're not going to be affected by it. We're not going to be emotionally involved. We're not going to dwell on the what ifs, the paths. And I have a white cat that's deciding she wants to go play with these things we're letting go because she thinks they're a toy right now. So resentment. Why would we want to let go of resentment? Why would we want to let go of resentment? Well, resentment comes with the word I don't like, which is hatred. Despisement means we start not liking things when things aren't going our way, or fear-based, or things we can't let go, or getting stuck. And it just, I don't see what that was one says. A friend said, do not do for others what they can and should do for themselves. Totally changed my life. You know what? That is a great perspective. And that is, you can only help somebody so much. And if they don't want to help themselves, then why do we continue helping them? And that was a hard lesson for me to learn. I am an empath. I am very much a person who is, I will help and help and help. If you come to me with a problem, I am going to help you as best as I can. Sometimes I may come off abrasive. It happens. But I do try to help. I do my best. And if I come off abrasive, I do apologize later on because I don't mean it. And if I come off abrasive and I don't recognize it, just let me know. Hey, that was kind of abrasive. I will let it go. I will be able to let it go, and I will make those changes because I don't want to come off abrasive. And I don't try to. So when you begin to let go of things, we begin to find our innocence again. We begin to find that purity, that spiritual growth. We begin to not only find, we begin to see new opportunities and new beginnings. We're able to, not to rescue is so difficult. So what do you mean by that, Jamie? Not to rescue. Not to rescue. Are you talking yourself? Are you talking others? Elaborate on that. I got it written down for you. But what else can we let go of this week? What can we write down and can we work on? So we've got ego. We're working on the what ifs. We are letting go of these things, because when we let go of these things, we're not being controlled by the past. We're not being controlled by the fear and being stopped in our paths from moving forward and being like, well, I don't know which path to go. You're not creating confusion for yourself. So it's not a yes or no problem. It's okay. This is the path. You begin to grow. You grow your garden. And again, I say this, you weed out your toxins and you begin to grow and you begin to flourish. So if you want to take that as like a flower analogy, take it as a flower analogy. But it's what makes it so beautiful is to grow, because we're learning to let go. Maybe we are letting go of people who have come in our path and we are holding on to for some reason, because maybe we thought they were once a best friend, or maybe we thought that, and we start seeing these things and, we hold on to them. Well, maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll reach out. Maybe they will do these things, but they never do. And you start losing touch with those people that leave imprints. They can still leave imprints on your soul, but they're temporary. And we have to learn to let go of those people. I can say I've learned to, in the last 2 years, I've learned to let go of family that is blood. I have learned to let go of friends who I have thought were, extremely close friends. But then when I started my journey, I sat back and I looked at it and I was like, what have they done for me? What have they met my energy? Have they matched my energy? And if they haven't matched my energy, then it's okay to let go. It's a beautiful process. Not everybody is meant to be in our lives. I was referring to others. Okay, others, not to rescue others. Okay, so we've given all these people, we've written down not to rescue others. Wow, if you what? Oh, so not to rescue others. So we have tried and we have tried. This person is not wanting to see the light. They don't want the help. They just want to be stuck in their ways. We are learning to let those people go. We are letting those people go. And if you have a problem, want to fix it. I think having a problem leave cat alone. Having a problem and wanting to fix it. I did this one as a separate one because we can have individual problems and we can have problems with other people. It comes with the conflict. It comes with ego. It comes with control. We're not going to let other people's problems get to us today. We are not going to let our problems get to us this week. We are letting it go. We are just being bygones. What you're saying isn't a sign. You must have hit enter before you were done typing. Let's see. Is there anything else that we want to work on and we want to let go of this week? Anything that we want to let go of? Those signs are there. They're always there. Just saying, Jamie. They're always there. Yes, the inner, let's see, is weird on this. Oh, no worries. No worries. So when we're getting that growth, we're now letting go of things. We've let go of a handful of things that we can absolutely go. We've said it out loud and we are in the process of letting go. We are saying it. We're making it happen. So you start getting that clarity, that freedom. You start understanding that those shadows weren't really the darkness that you should be afraid of. So there are things in the light that maybe you should be afraid of. But then again, fear comes in and it stops us. So we have to learn to let go of fear. And how do we know when is a good time to let go of fear and when it's not? Because fear is something that is needed to help us. But does it? That's a good question. It helps us heal. Maybe we've had those toxic people in our in our lives, and we've just needed to let them go. You know, I've had family members that were extremely toxic to me as a kid. And when I say extremely toxic, they put me into a place where I started ideations at a very young age. I guess you could say I started not believing in myself. I started judging myself. I started putting those negative annotations in myself because of those negative people. When I started pulling them out and being like, I don't need your energy in my life. It helped me grow. It helped me with these new opportunities. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't grow. And I wouldn't be here today. Expectations of what things could be or should be. I like that. I think that will be our final one for the day. Expectations of what things could or should be. What things could or should be. I can't spell. Well, I just can't write. I know I can spell, but you know what it says. Expectations of what things could or should be. So I'm going to set this one aside. This will be our very, very, very last one that we do. Create space for things for what is better. Set yourself for this week. Besides letting go, give yourself a space, a safe space. Where is your safe space? Create a safe space. Is it, your bathroom? Is it your couch, your bedroom? Do something in that safe space that makes you happy, that makes you feel pure and alive and feels good about yourself. So keep that in mind. Things that you can let go of that are not just, people, it's materialistic things. Maybe you hold on to the past and you're like, okay, well, maybe it's clothing. Maybe you, let's see. Oh, there's so many different things that you can, if you're a hoarder and you need to let go, any kind of thing, those kinds of things. Emotions. I have talked from day one. Emotions is a big part of your shadow work, your healing journey, your triggers, figuring out who you are and understanding who you are. So it also goes into letting go. If you have anger and frustration and you're lashing out irrationally and you're projecting onto others, why are you doing this? You need to learn what is triggering you so you can let it go, right? Past events, the past, yes, they have helped us get to where we need, but they will not continue to let us grow. Past events will keep us in the past. They'll keep us in those cycles and they will not allow us to break it. So if you're talking obsessively about the past, then you are stuck in the past. You have to learn to move forward and be able to say, I need to stop collecting so many rocks and agates from the beach. My truck is full of rocks. I think you need to start working with them and doing what you need to do with them. That's what I think. We all have issues. But I think that you can join, Christy, in your rocks. But yes, you can collect rocks and be, it's not a problem. But how do you move them forward? How do you have a connection with them? Can you do runes with them or make them into something else so you can put your love and energy and pass them on to somebody else who could use them? Letting go. That's a way. I leave them everywhere. Well, there you go. You leave them everywhere. So, past events, let them go. Are you holding on to that person who puts asleep, both my feet? Okay. So, anyways, are you holding on to those emotions, or those past events, those traumas, those things that are keeping you stuck? Learn to let go of those things. Write it out. Do what you need to. If you need to do this exercise 10 times a day, guess what? Our last one. Expectations of what things could or should be. It could be done today. It could be done tomorrow. Let it go. And be one with yourself. Garden, Christy, I'm seeing, I was a rodeo testing my patient. Oh, yeah. So that's what it comes down to when we are letting go and we are gaining our innocence back. All of these things that we've talked about, our ego, you leave that cat alone. Yes, I just swatted my dog because my white princess is precious and you don't lurch at it. Leave her alone. She's playing. I chemical didn't react. Can we check in how everyone did with the eclipse? How did, yeah, you know what? Good question, Jamie. It was a little rocky here. I kind of stayed. I did what I needed to do. I got things knocked out of the way. I did some house cleaning. Posted. I was pretty energetic. I didn't lose my energy until about 4 p.m. yesterday. So yeah, but how did everybody else do? Jamie, did you just guess her profession? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You're tapping into your mediumship, your gifts. Okay, so before we hop off today, I'm going to thank everybody who is hopping on now. Thank you for all the interactions. Thank you for doing the exercises with me today with letting go. It was something different, something fun, something so you can see a visual, so you can see that things can be let go of. It just may not be just remember, it may not be as simple as writing down on a piece of paper and crumpling it up and throwing it away. There might be more to it. You might be drawn back where you think you've cut ties with somebody and you are drawn back to that same person, different scenario, but the universe is just telling you, okay, you're not done healing from this yet. You got to get back out there. We've all had that journey. I did that with my biological dad and his wife. I thought I was done healing, and then things came back up, and then different opportunities have presented themselves. So I'm going with the flow. So, again, we're going to be using Work Your Light for a little bit. This is what's going to be the main primary thing, unless a different deck calls. So, Work Your Light. What messages do people need to hear this week? What messages? Ooh, we chatty. We already chatty. Instead of getting mad, I grounded myself and we did weeding in the flower beds. Flowers are being planted hopefully today or tomorrow. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to do 3 more shuffles. 3 more shuffles. What messages do people need to hear? So again, thank you for everyone who's watched the live, who's joining in later on. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, or even share this out if you thought this was good. But the likes do help, as well as the comments. So, I think I did over 3. Let's do 1 more just to be safe. All right. Okay, apparently you need to do some more grounding, Christy. That's so funny. Get Grounded is the first one that came out. So it says Get Grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So getting out, it's springtime. The weather is starting to warm up. Flowers are starting to bloom. The pollinators are out there. So get yourself out there in nature, get grounded, meditate a little bit, be at peace. And yes, I said get in nature. So if you need to do a walk, just sit in the grass, go smell the flowers, go get grounded. Because why? Oh, let me tell you, we got some things coming up. You got some things coming up. There's some crumbling going on. And it's so funny because we just talked about letting go. What are you clinging on to that is preventing your walls from crumbling? What are you clinging on to prevent yourself from getting to the other side? You're on that shadow side right now, but what are you preventing yourself from getting to that lighter side? Craving nature is the time. It is the time. So we need to get grounded, and we need the crumbling because, without grounding, this crumbling won't happen. So go and ground yourself out in nature. And then what's going to happen? It's going to be when you're crumbling down, and you're gonna feel a moment. Maybe you're gonna feel sadness. Maybe you're gonna feel anger. You're gonna feel peace. You're gonna feel serenity. But you're gonna feel deep replenishment. You're gonna retreat. You're gonna rest, and you're gonna be helped. You're going to be held by yourself, your spirit team, and they're going to love you. You're going to be held by the universe. They're going to tell you that you've got this. So now is the time while you're grounding to replenish yourself, because guess what? When this comes crumbling down, it's going to take a lot of energy to get to where you need to go, which leads us to our Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So maybe you need to go a little bit deeper, and you need to go to your Akashic records. You need to tap into your higher self to figure out what needs to crumble, what you need to figure out that you're clinging on to, which leads us to aligning your life. What is not aligned or needs to change, which goes back again to getting grounded, the crumbling, aligning your life. What is shattering? What is falling apart? What is it that you are clinging onto that is throwing that balance out of your life? So when you are aligning that life and you're letting go of the things that you need to, it's going to become a perfect alignment. Well, not perfect. It's going to be staggered, but you are aligning your life, and you're going to start feeling that balance. You're going to start seeing the replenishment. You're going to start feeling these things, which then really leads you to this final stage. You're going to be birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So when you're letting go and you're getting this innocence back, you're going to start creating. You're going to start becoming creative. Whether it's an artist, it's writing poetry, it's drawing. If you're drawer, that's such a weird word. So you are aligning your life and you are birthing something new, all these things, but you just need to get grounded. You need to let go, let those walls crumble so that you can access your higher self. You can figure out everything that you need to align to get to where you need to go. And that's birthing that new age. New things are coming. New things if you are working hard, again, I've said this multiple times, if you are working hard and you are trying to manifest things, you're going to start seeing these come to light. You're going to start seeing these things become more abundant, and you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be blown away. So keep at it. Just remember the things that you've got to do. So today, it's Tea Time with Lady M. It was a great talking about innocence and talking about letting go of things. Get in the groove. What things let go? Get your exercises out there. I will get this out there, and maybe we'll start this as a weekly thing. As Tuesday is Let It Go Tuesday. Why not? So that's a grounding method. It is it's healing. It is doing your shadow work. It is doing all those things. But again, this is Tea Time with Lady M. I hope you enjoyed today's tea time. I know I did. So I hope you have a lovely week.